All right, guys. So I'm Dr. Ryan Simmons as per usual, and this is going to be a quick and dirty video today. So the one reason I don't have a longer video out, first of all, is that my computer is running slow. If it's running slow, it means all the editing software runs slow, and that was a really big video. Noah and I had a great conversation, lasted for about an hour and 10 minutes, and I had a little bit more video on top of that to go ahead and edit with it. So we're going to go ahead and get the computer fixed as quickly as possible. It just needs an upgrade of RAM. Again, I'm asking a computer to do much more than it's able to do. That's how I killed my last two computers. So, gotta go ahead and get that fixed. Go ahead and make sure that video gets out as soon as possible. I think you guys are gonna love it. The second thing, I really had to share some news with you guys. So this last week, I don't know if you're aware, but the World Health Organization has told us that burnout is now a diagnosable disorder in their eyes. Now, you're thinking, great, burnout, talking about it again. In the United States, we're already very aware of burnout and we know what it can do. We're just not really focusing on it anymore. And unfortunately, because we don't have as many people looking at it across the globe, we tend to not focus on it ourselves. So here's why we should be worried about it. In the United States, we have about 70% of our workers that are disengaged. That means they're not showing up to work, they're calling in sick, they're not getting things done, and some of that population is even actively disengaged, means they're creating terrible work environments. It means that they just show up and do nothing. Sometimes they're even counterproductive to the point of trying to start fights. So this loses the United States business as a country. We're losing somewhere around $300 billion or more. And all this information was gathered by Gallup. So Gallup polls did a whole bunch of studying and figured this out for us. So that now that we know that, we can do something with it. Now, having it looked at across the globe, it means more people are looking at it, as I said. It also means that we're going to be able to help people in those other countries that were not previously diagnosing burnout as an issue. And if you've ever been burned out, or you know people who have burnout, you know how pervasive this is, you know how terrible it can be. And if you've never felt it before, I really suggest that you take a look at it. A lot of my suggestions for competing for burnout, or with burnout and how it hurts people, those suggestions have kind of gone by the wayside. Now, it can be because somebody doesn't see the business sense in it, but it also might be because sometimes the people at the top are so driven, they don't think of burnout as an issue. They think it's just people whining. So by the World Health Organization saying this is a diagnosable disorder, it's also saying these are not people just whining. These are people who are actually having some serious issues, and you need to be aware of that. And there are countries out there that do worse than the United States when it comes to burnout and trying to treat it, Japan being one of them. And if you don't know much about that, Japan has a working culture where people will basically work themselves so they sleep at their desks and sleep on the train and fall asleep on the side of the street because they've just been working so hard. And people do end up working themselves to death, and sometimes because of the stress, they don't work themselves to death as much as they work themselves into a frame of mind where they decide that it's okay to take their own lives. And that's the only solution out. So this is a problem. This is something we need to focus on. And in the United States, we still have a really big problem with burnout, especially as we're asking people to do more with fewer workers. We keep trying to lean down our organizations to a point where it's really hard to get the work done. So when we talk about burnout, that's also part of it. And solutions are all around you to go ahead and fix it. A lot of solutions like take a 4-day work week. So taking a 4-day work week is actually beneficial because then people have time off to focus on their personal lives. And when they focus on their personal lives and come back, they're more focused at work. So they get high quality work done in the 30 some hours that they end up working. They just don't have that extra added stress to it. So you get better work at almost the same output, and you don't have as much rework. So it's actually saving you money in the long run. But there are a lot of reasons out there that people don't do this. I hope that you're not one of them that just poo-poos it because they don't see they don't see people who are stressed out as a real issue. Burnout's real. It's terrible. Let's fix it. All right. So next week, hopefully I'll come to you with that longer video with Noah. And if not, you'll see another video like this, hopefully a little bit more thought out. So thanks, guys. Until next time, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment below. Please tell me of any issues that you've had with burnout or any focus that you have in your own work with burnout. That would be really helpful to hear for everybody. And as always, stay healthy. We'll see you next time. Bye.